is good, everybody? My Paper Moon fam. It's your boy, PaperSin, aka the Hokage of the village. Hidden in that loud. You feel me? And yeah, something recently dropped. You know, a couple hours ago, I was working on another video, but a couple hours ago, something recently dropped. And I have to watch this one. You know what I'm saying? Here, let me show you. Bam! RWBY versus Maka, which is, well, literally RWBY, RWBY versus Soul Eater. And little bit of history from your boy. The very first guild I joined in an MMO was called Paper Moon. The guild was named Paper Moon because the owner liked the anime Soul Eater, and Paper Moon is the end credit music or song. I think in season 2 or something like that. So he named the guild Paper Moon, and in that guild I used to be called Senjo. And then I went from, well, after I left that guild, after a while, whatever, I went from Senjo to just PaperSin because Paper Moon was the guild I was in, and Sin was the first part of my name. So PaperSin. That's where PaperSin comes from. Anyway, I'm excited to see this. I've watched RWBY, RWBY for a bit. I never finished it. But I did watch a bit of it, so I don't know how strong RWBY gets, but I do love Soul Eater. That's a good anime. If you haven't seen it, I suggest you go see it. But so Maka's good. But yeah, let's get into this. As always, links will be in the description below. But before we get into this, don't forget to don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because your boy is trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Help your boy out. Let's get it.
Fight!
Ooh, this is gonna be good.
Versus Maka Albarn. The battle of spunky teens with oversized gardening tools. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick. And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Up. Wait.
Who would win a death battle?
The tumbleweed is red and black. RWBY's outfit's red and black. I'm gonna say just because the tumbleweed rolled by, I'm gonna throw out there that might be a hint that RWBY wins. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet, obviously, but I'm gonna be rooting for Maka.
I remember when Mama Boomstick read me bedtime fairy tales. Stories of heroes and warnings about eating those little berries and quicksand. So much quicksand. Yet in the world of Remnant, fairy tales are real. Here, huntresses do battle with monstrous Grimm, and there was nothing more exciting than that to Ruby Rose. Daughter to the world-renowned huntress, Summer, who disappeared. Little Red really wanted nothing more than to be a huntress. Her dedication...
Full name, Ruby Rose, age 17, huntress leader of Team RWBY, trained by Crow Branwyn Yang Doblik, Professor Ozpin, and Professor Ironwood. By the way, she's 17. So, and this was made in the States. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this was Red vs. Blue. RWBY was made by the same people who made Red vs. Blue, and which is Rooster Teeth, and they're here in the States unless they moved. But anyway, she's 17. She's not legal. It's not like, oh, but it's not like it was made in Japan. So you can't go, oh, but it was made in Japan. So technically she's legal. No, you can't. No. Minor. Stop it.
Paid off. Admitted into Beacon Academy 2 years ahead, a premier school for huntsmen and huntresses, RWBY clearly showed prodigious talent. Not just that, she's got the weapon geek gene just like yours truly. RWBY doesn't leave home without her trusty Crescent Rose. It may look like a high-tech scythe, and it is, but it's also a gun. RWBY made Crescent Rose herself. It's like a dance.
So it's a high-tech scythe.
between Grim Reaper's choice and a bolt-action sniper rifle.
A dance is fitting, as huntsmen are locked in a never-ending waltz in their battle with the Grim.
Crescent Rose can switch between sniper and sight at the press of a button. Ruby's an old
Nice.
hand at flinging and moving it exactly how she wants, despite it being, like, bigger than she is. How does she do it with those noodle arms?
Right?
The girl can't even throw a punch.
Well, she might not need to,
Bro.
given the strength of her aura.
This bitch be aura farming constantly, and that's how her aura strength got so damn strong.
All living beings in
Is that
Reddit
it?
have an aura, except dark creatures like Grim, though not all of them can utilize it in combat without extensive training. See, aura forms a barrier that blocks fatal blows and even heals wounds.
It can make weapons
What?
stronger too. When Ruby slaps a cartridge of dust into Crescent Rose, her aura lights up nature's wrath in man's hand.
Okay.
Dramatic, but accurate. This dust represents the base elements of the world. Fire, electricity, ice, wind, anti-gravity.
Okay.
Does that last one count?
Rule of cool,
Kinda.
Wiz. She's got the eyes of a hawk, and when she shoots you with dust, a bullet wound's the last thing you'll be worried about. With enough of a boost, ice dust can freeze over whole mechs, and she can power up her kicks to crater
Hold up.
military.
Ruby's dust should be comparable to Whis'. To Whis? The fucking angel from Dragon Ball Z? Which was able to kill a Queen Lancer that had previously survived 3.6 kiloton explosion. Maybe not. Maybe not. The different Whis.
Great steel.
A person's aura may be limited, but Ruby can keep track of hers with this handy health bar on her not smartphone.
Ruby blasted through Huntress classes with flying colors.
So she can't feel how much aura she has. Also, this scene right here, very reminiscent of Dead Fantasy, which was animated by Monty Oum, who also animated Red vs. Blue, and who also animated part of RWBY before he passed away. R.I.P. to Monty Oum. You a badass. Let me show you that shit real quick. This shit right here, where they're like falling down where they're falling down this thing. Let me see if I can find where they hit, where they break it. Yeah. Wait for it. There we go. She blows that up, and then everybody's free falling / running down a building. A stone building, mind you. Wait for it. See? Obviously, if you can't tell, it's dead or alive characters versus Final Fantasy characters. But yeah, this is very reminiscent of this to me.
Almost right away, she was appointed the leader of her own group with Weiss Schnee, Blake Belladonna,
Oh, that's
and
Weiss.
Big Sis Yang Xiaolong.
Weiss, whatever.
Oh, I get it.
RWBY.
Team RWBY.
But Ruby's hope for many years of learning with her friends would be dashed as evil machinations spread like wildfire.
Okay.
And with a flash of silver light, Beacon had fallen.
Ruby's friends? Dead. Her school? Totally wrecked. Her sister? Disarmed. All because of a lover's spat that went way too far.
Salem saw the world divided, and it was time to say goodbye to any happily ever after.
Yo, Salem look kind of bad. I ain't gonna lie. What's up, girl? How you doing? She look like she a freak in her bed. Like, god damn. What's up, though?
The world divided, and it was
Not
time to
sorry.
say goodbye to any happily ever after.
But Ruby wouldn't give up like that, so she set off to change the world.
Unless Salem is underage, then I don't mean it at all.
Even as Crescent Rose began to feel heavier and heavier. Could she really save the world like her fairy tale heroes? All she did is what she's always done and never stopped moving forward.
Because Crescent Rose wasn't the only thing she needed. She had to improve her semblance too.
Right, while aura is essentially the manifestation of one's soul, the semblance is an expression of their personality.
Basically, it's a superpower farmed by aura. And Ruby's got super speed. Or
Okay.
a teleport. Or what
the
is she
fuck?
doing exactly?
Close, this is Petal Burst,
Petal
a
Burst?
mixture of speed, teleportation, and intangibility.
How is it a mixture of speed and teleportation? Like, don't you have just speed? Don't you have speed or teleportation? Don't you have one or the other? How is it a mixture of both? Does it mean she can do both whenever she wants? Or does it activate both simultaneously in some way, shape, or form?
RWBY can rocket from one point to another in milliseconds.
By literally bursting into petals.
Sort of. According to Best Robo Girl Penny, RWBY's semblance is extremely complex and variable. It involves breaking her body down to its molecular components before zooming off in complex paths, negating the laws of mass entirely.
AKA Super Speed Plus. And Nora is best girl. RWBY's petal burst is so quick she can make flying missiles look completely still. Good luck tagging her with a bullet. Or a breadstick.
Oh shit.
She is certainly quick enough to give Emerald and Mercury a hard time, and they've dodged actual lightning.
I'm trying to remember, because Maka has fought that one guy. I can't find his name. Chrome.
She's
I was trying to see if Maka could beat it.
faster than Blake, who could keep up with the most cringe faunus of all, Adam Taurus.
Well, he did draw his sword fast enough to parry an actual particle beam. In real life, such a beam is created by accelerating charged particles to just under light speed.
So, that's impressive.
With such a powerful ability, RWBY could safely shine her smile for years, even as she carried the fate of Remnant across the world. To her friends, she was a beacon of hope.
Well, yeah, because she's got one more superpower. Her silver eyes. Just like her mom, RWBY inherited them from the god of
Silver
light
eye
as a weapon
powers?
against negative anti-life.
Grimm are a creation of the god of darkness as a representation of malignance and destruction. The Silver Eyes can counter Grimm powers with its light of life. This is shown in her battle with the apathy, where RWBY's Silver Eyes restored her drained willpower. So it can restore her drained willpower as well, but it's mostly just effective against Grimm. Maka's not a Grimm. Come on, Maka, you got this.
Energy, like the evil goop Grimm spawned from. Just a wink and blam. Sayonara, Dragon of Darkness.
But RWBY's skills didn't falter after her time at Beacon. As she journeyed across Remnant, she leveled up to compete with all sorts of powerful magic and mechanized foes.
He's decapitated a giant Nevermore, kicked a griffin through an Atlas warship, leapt off of multiple missiles midair, overcame the apathy's mental effects, petrified kaiju-sized Grimm with Silver Eyes, defeated Torchwick, Cinder, Harriet, Team JNPR, Juniper, whatever. Excuse me. Curious Cat, and also met Superman and Ragnar the Blood Edge. What the fuck? Superman cameo?
Her team could even match the Ace Ops, an elite squad of longtime professional huntsmen.
Including Harriet, whose super speed semblance was totally outclassed by Petal Burst, and Vine, whose aura was strong enough to contain a bomb that was about to decimate the whole city of Mantle. Man, these are some pretty powerful auras.
Though it's important to remember, RWBY is only 17 years old. The weight of being a leader, a savior, and a huntress like her mother would get heavier and heavier and heavier.
She got over it. Look at her go!
Look at her Crescent Rose firmly in hand and sending a message of unity to the rest of the world.
Unity!
RWBY had finally left the fairy tale behind, taking one more step toward the day we've waited for.
Today's battle is sponsored by Prize Picks.
We all make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, making the right choice can get you paid.
And hey, football season is just kicking off right now, so it's the perfect time to jump in and join the hype.
It's easy to play, just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player projections. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. Simple as that.
Let's see, I got more on Barkley for those rushing TDs, more on Jones on those passes, but Allen, 234 yards? I'm gonna go less.
So what do you
Sorry, Bills.
Prize Picks puts users first, so withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. And if one of your players leaves the game for good, they offer injury reboots to save you from some real bad luck.
That's a lifesaver.
Download the app today and use code DEATH to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup.
So it is gambling, pretty much, right? It's practically gambling, right?
That's code DEATH to get $50 in lineups after your first $5 lineup.
Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
A sound soul dwells within a sound mind. and a sound,
Sound
body.
body.
But
Yep.
all the unjust evil souls of this world are on the Disney Fast Pass to becoming a Kishin.
Destructive gods mutated from good-natured souls. A Kishin could plunge the world into chaos and madness. If only someone could stop them.
Bing bong, it's the DWMA.
Already, Kishin are threatening the entire world. What's her name? Ruby's enemies were like threatening cities, towns, Townsville, Powerpuff Girls.
Hey, welcome to Death Weapon
I'm just talking shit because I want Mako to win, obviously. Don't come at me in the comments. Shut the fuck up.
Meister Academy, where death rules. Literally, his name is Death.
Here, Lord
Yep,
Death
he's literally
casts
got
humans
Lord
to become
Death.
spiritually talented meisters of demon weapons.
AKA
That's Frankenstein.
people
Oh, that's not
who are
Frankenstein. The other
also a
guy's
weapon.
Frankenstein.
No, really, they transform into weapons.
Weapons.
Guns, ninja stars, hammers, you name it. A Meister weapon
Sight.
pair kills and consumes lost souls to keep the Kishin away. Jack the Ripper? More like Jack the Fraud.
And so, the demon weapon Soul was paired with the dutiful rising star, Maka Albarn.
Talk about your classic teachers.
And Maka's 13, bro. Full name Maka Albarn, earned age 13, 2-star Scythe Meister at Death Weapon Meister Academy. Possesses a Grigori soul, 1 in 50 million. Weapon partners Soul, Tsubaki, and Spirit. Likes books, studying puzzles, drum dances, and dislikes unfaithful men and raw fish. You're 13. What the fuck are you worried about unfaithful men for? Shut the fuck up. Go back to school.
Pet. The kind of girl who leaves an apple on the desk and goes, "Teacher, you forgot to give us homework." And then we jump them.
As if Soul's any
What the
better.
fuck?
A weapon who's too concerned with being cool to do any real work.
Hey, Soul's not just any demon weapon. He's a scythe. And he's got his sights on upgrading to the highest level of Death Scythe.
Which would
Which
be
is
a
Soul.
high honor. And lucky for Soul, Maka always aims high.
With that common goal, Maka and Soul formed the dream team.
They're badass
All
team,
they
bro.
needed was 99 Kishin eggs and the soul of a witch.
By eating the souls of 99 humans and 1 witch soul can become the Death Scythe. But the problem is that final witch soul.
Easy, right?
Maybe, since Maka is extraordinarily perceptive at spotting and examining souls. She can detect spiritual presences from millions of yards away and can discern its nature, stability, and emotions.
Time for class then. The
AKA Soul Eater, Death's last weapon. Age 13 to 15. 13 to 15. You mean Soul himself, Soul, the weapon, the guy, yeah. Vocations, Death Scythe, and pianist. Pretty good at the piano if you ask me. Shapeshifting, human and scythe states. Flight via manifested wings. Piano, black room. Soul meditation, soul hack, soul adagio. Black blood dress, and madness. The only thing I'm worried about is Soul de-transforming at any point and then Ruby killing Soul. That's
two trained hard.
I don't want that to
plus their
happen.
styles kinda weird. Okay, so Maka guides Soul in the direction she wants to go, but Soul, the scythe, does all the actual movements himself. Maka's the Meister, Soul's the weapon.
Like conductor and instrumentalist, a Meister weapon pair
they have to be
cannot work
compared-
in
yeah,
harmony
be
without
perfect.
total cooperation.
Too bad their teamwork sucked. They fumbled the easiest chance for Death Scythe status, F-.
Maka just could not get in tune with Soul's wavelength. She was skilled, sure, more skilled than most.
Keyword, most. There were plenty of rivals showing her up, like Blackstar and Tsubaki.
Really
Those
puts
two
a
are my
damper on
favorite,
the
I ain't gonna
straight
lie.
A's when this show-off is
because Black Star's a ninja, bro. He was cool as fuck.
doing better than you.
It was up to Maka and Soul to improve their teamwork through soul resonance.
What I said about wavelength wasn't metaphorical. Rather, wavelengths are the means with which Meister and weapon draw strength through each other. Think of two wavelengths as different emotional amplitudes that must merge at one alignment.
If the Meister's the guitar and the weapon's the amp, then they create a feedback loop to increase its frequency. That's soul resonance.
Soul resonance creates a telepathic link and surges their strength and speed.
And preps them for cool scythe moves like the Witch Hunt Slash.
Hell
a
yeah.
big energy strike that puts the L in evil.
As the name implies, it works especially well against witches.
Soul perception techniques: soul perception, soul resonance, wavelength control, anti-demon wavelength, hunt slashes, witch and demon, number and hunt, letter U hunt, letter I slash, scythe menace severing, Kishin hunt slash, and Maka chop. Maka chop. Wacha!
and other evil creatures. It's not exclusive or anything.
It's actually really deadly against evil because of Maka's rare anti-demon wavelengths. Basically,
Okay, but that's for anti-demon, and RWBY's not a demon, so.
being a goody little two-shoes gets her the power of purity or whatever.
Maka and Soul were becoming a synchronized unit, though one would sometimes need to rein in the other's idiotic habits.
And the other guys
Constantly.
gotta stop their annoying overthinking, Wiz.
But everything changed after a unique encounter with Krona, which nearly killed Soul.
Now Soul had an ogre pal in his head, waiting for him to swing on over and play the piano. Yep, Soul got infected with black blood.
Black blood was specially brewed as a weaponizable blood. It hardens and strengthens its user's body inside and out, increasing their physical ability. They
Nice.
can even block blades with their bare skin.
Too
That's
bad
fucking
it comes
crazy,
with a
bro.
little side effect of madness with a capital M.
A force of
Okay, so if Soul de-transforms and RWBY tries to kill Soul, Soul can use the black blood to harden the body and not get killed by the scythe, right? Hopefully. But you gotta be worried about the madness, and if the madness affects Maka as well, then they both kind of go insane. So this could be a good fight. I want to see
fear
this
and
shit.
sadness all living things possess,
This
which
will be a good
threatens to
fight.
ruin the world.
So it was kind of a big deal that Maka was bummed by how she got Soul in a jam. But thanks to Soul, she got over it and even welcomed in their new little ogre buddy.
Now when Soul plays his grand piano, their soul resonance sings even louder through the black blood.
Giving Maka all the perks of black blood too, even the crazy parts. Bet you didn't expect that,
When she gets
Crota.
crazy, that's
But
funny.
evil saw their plans through. The Kishin Asura had arrived. Madness was spreading everywhere.
So Maka and Soul had to lock in and upgrade their witch hunt to the even stronger demon hunt slash. They went on even more missions to reach souls with classmates like Blackstar, and that guy outran his own shadow.
Perhaps the most obvious evidence ever of faster than light speeds, and Maka could finally keep up with him.
Pair
That
that,
guy's
with her
cool as
fight
fuck.
with the demon.
But is it faster than the pedal dash? Is it faster than the pedal dash?
Tool Gopher who could obliterate whole mountains, and you've got one hell of an ass kicker.
And yet, Maka's relationship with Soul still faltered. Soul was the real star here. Even other Meisters were trying to take him as a weapon,
Damn.
away from Maka.
I mean, he literally moves himself, so Maka couldn't help but wonder if she was holding him back all along.
But Soul said the truth. In all of their missions, their teamwork was the key to their victory. An orchestral performance is only as good as the one conducting. And so, their wavelengths played an
I didn't mean to pause at the first. In the anime, Maka has a different final form in which she manifests scythe blades from her body due to her father being a death scythe. This form does not appear in the original manga and thus excluded. Damn.
harmony, and Maka donned a dress of black blood.
It's an armor literally made of blood, and it lets Maka fly around and shoot out her soul as an epic sound wave. So freaking metal!
At the same time, Soul discovered he could hack souls and directly transmit Maka's anti-demon wavelengths,
Oh, hell yeah.
basically shutting their enemy completely down through Soul Adagio.
But does that not only work against? I can't remember. I guess it doesn't only work against demons because it just says souls and they're showing a human in there. So
And they finally achieved Death Scythe. The dream's here, baby.
So
feats carved through Gopher's blast, outpaced Medusa's vector arrows, consumed the souls of 198 humans and a witch. I thought you needed 199 humans. Anyway, nullified Grieco's soul wavelength, tanked Asura's Vajra, which pierced death, kept up with Blackstar and Death the Kid, survived attacks that split clouds and created the moon. They gotta be able to survive fucking RWBY, right? Come on, bro. Defeated Blair, Arachne, Medusa, Krona. Yeah, Krona was the name I was thinking about earlier. Rico and Kishin Ashura.
when Krona's own black blood reached its final stage, Maka and Soul flew to the moon. A moon small and unassuming, but so dense it has the same mass as the planet itself. The very world's sanity was at stake.
Krona might have gone insane, but Maka still reached out to their new friend's soul until the Kishin showed up to ruin everything. Come on, Asura, they're having a moment here. Timing, bro.
In what would be Maka's final exam, Maka, Soul, and all of their friends
Characters from Fire Force have shown greater feats than Soul Eater, but these are highly contextual, and Maka would not scale to them.
faced off against the Kishi.
And she passed! A+! Maka pulled her weight and perfected her teamwork with Soul. Their wavelengths were pitch perfect.
Asura did everything he could to separate them, crater them into the moon, punch holes in Maka's chest, tamper their souls with madness, and each time they successfully realigned their wavelengths.
Until they kicked his ass with one final upgrade, the Kishin Hunt Slash!
Hell
Maka
yeah.
Chop! Now that's what I call absolute cinema!
Because a sound soul dwells within a sound mind and body. So should you feel overwhelmed by evil's roars, just write 4242564 whenever you want to knock on death's door.
42.
Congratulations to us.
Wiz, your ego is showing.
It always is. And why not? This death battle is episode 200.
Well, yeah, it's a big deal, so we've got a big discount on our website to celebrate.
That's www.deathbattle.gg.
Website members already get awesome deals like exclusive Death Battle merch, the whole episode archive, including episodes not on YouTube, and a bunch of behind-the-scenes goodies. And if you sign up today, you can use our code DB200 to get 20% off.
You can only grab this discount in the next 2 weeks, so use code DB200 to get 20% off your website membership as soon as you can.
Where else are you gonna find such absolute cinema? No, really, we made an absolute cinema desk mat that's on the store. Cool as fuck.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data
All right,
through all possibilities.
come on, Maka.
It's time for a scythe battle!
Okay, it's official. This is so not cool.
Oh, come on, Soul. Our target should be here, so try helping out. Hi!
What the? She's your
What are you
target?
looking for?
Seriously? Why is she the target? See? The tumbleweed is red. Does that mean Ruby wins? Are they trying to hint that Ruby wins? The tumbleweed that's right before the battle is the same color scheme as Ruby. Come on, man. Come on, Maka, you gotta win.
Little Red Riding Hood, your humanity has strayed from its just path, and the Shinigami has called you. Oh my gosh, your boyfriend turns into a scythe! Oh, that's so cool! Your soul is ours! I like my soul, thanks!
Come on.
Won't lie, Red. Your moves are sick, but too slow for my Meister.
You haven't seen anything yet! Focus. She's
Okay.
good, but we can handle it.
Okay.
Let's go, Soul Resonance!
Okay, come on, let's go. Well, man, we already know. I probably shouldn't pause that. My bad. But we already know Maka's punches are weak as fuck.
Get back here! Soul, hurry!
Good shit.
Interesting. Her soul forms a barrier. Try helping out.
Relax.
Ooh. Music. Oh. Madness coming.
Sorry, but I'll never stop fighting. I'm Ruby Rose, and I am a huntress!
Soul Adagio.
Ruby!
Ah.
wavelengths. Damn it, she's... Stay strong, Maka! You got this!
Yes! Fuck yes!
A simple, honest soul. Ruby Rose, huh?
And they got both moons. Fuck yes!
Oh, rest in peace, Ruby. But hey, it's not often you get to see scythe-on-scythe action like that.
Let's break this down with the 4 categories that best represent this matchup. First, strength.
Or a supercharged Ruby's strength way higher than you'd think, like kicking this Grim through steel. But Maka's soul resonance could match Gopher, who destroyed mountains.
Now, Team Ruby did defeat Vine, whose aura contained a bomb that could have wiped out a city.
Adding up their flight speed and how far Harriet said they'd have to fly to avoid the blast, that's a 366 kiloton bomb.
It's possible Ruby's own aura possesses a similar level of, say, energy strength, though her semblance obviously can't replicate what Vine did.
Black Blood Maka got blasted by Asura into the moon. Yeah, it's small, but its mass is the same as Earth's, right?
Putting Asura's strikes at 2 quadrillion tons of TNT,
Ooh.
over 5 billion times higher than Vine.
So, Maka takes strength, but speed wasn't as clear-cut. Ruby's effect.
Soul utilized chain resonance to amplify Maka's stats for portions of the Asura fight. However, this was a much smaller amp than the Black Blood dress, and he had stopped doing so before Asura's crater feat.
Fast little gal. Maka kept up with Blackstar, faster than shadows and whatnot. But as they improved their skills, Ruby and her friends could outspeed Atom.
Who blocked a particle beam. Though given the distance and time to react, Atom moved about 42% the speed of light. Not quite faster than your own shadow territory.
While Maka has said that Blackstar is stronger than her, she frequently keeps up in speed. The two can also utilize chain resonance, which requires equal contribution. Maka's statements also do not factor in her Black Blood dress.
Still, Ruby's Petal Burst has become far faster than this over time, and clearly gives more than a 2-time speed increase on top of that 42%, making her well past light speed.
Definitely enough to take on Harriet, who was all about speed. Angry speed.
This isn't to say Maka couldn't keep up thanks to Soul Resonance, but Petal Burst makes this comparison close enough to call it a tie, and their speed would be key to winning in skill.
And before Maka even and Soul powered up, they were keeping up with Ruby while she was attacking while in Petal Burst mode. Remember that? You remember when she was like the little Petal Burst storm and Maka and Maka was keeping up? Granted, Maka and Soul started using their Soul Resonance during their blocking of her attacks. But still, I'm just saying.
Come on, Wiz. Call it what it really is. It's Scythery.
That's not a word.
Maka's Scythery was pretty good, but Soul does all the movement for her. As a Meister, she was mostly a guide.
It's easy to assume that Ruby's Scythery was superior. She's entirely self-sufficient at dancing with her weapon.
Soul's own control is still a factor here, but it doesn't change that Ruby's been swinging that thing for way longer than Maka.
Ruby trained with Crescent Rose since her time at Signal Academy. Maka and Soul did not achieve Soul Resonance until their battle with Stein. Moreover, Ruby is not only 4 years older than Maka, but her journey across Remnant took at minimum a year longer than the events of Soul Eater's story. She's still younger than her and whooped her ass.
Ruby's got Scythery in the bag.
Perhaps this edge would be enough for Ruby to avoid Maka's far greater strength if she had the better powers.
So, Aura's really cool. Barriers, healing, superpowers, and so on. But it's got one big weakness.
It is a finite resource that is required for all of Ruby's powers.
Petal Burst, activating dust, even powering up Crescent Rose takes juice and some aura. Once it's gone, Ruby's totally vulnerable.
And there's a second key factor regarding aura. It is specifically a manifestation of Ruby's soul.
And Maka's powers are all about taking on souls. Maka had lots of ways to break through Ruby's aura, like Soul Adagio.
And since Maka is exceptionally gifted at examining souls, she could definitely figure out how aura works.
But plot twist, what about Ruby's silver eyes? Her anti-Grim eye beams? Turns out they were actually her best secret weapons.
The negative power of Grim is quite similar to Madness wavelengths, which power Black Blood.
Yeah, I thought so. Right when she used it and they were in their Black Blood form, I was like, oh shit, I forgot. It's pretty much similar to the. All right, I figured that was gonna be the case. but she still won. The silver eyes provided Ruby with minor resistance to emotional manipulation, but madness wavelengths can induce those effects to targets that have resisted such powers. Ruby was also affected by Emerald's hallucinations, making it unlikely that she can negate madness.
Since anti-demon wavelengths can cancel out Black Blood, the silver eyes should achieve a similar effect.
But Maka and Soul's whole story is about reaching that perfect soul resonance. Asura tried every way in the book and more to separate their wavelengths and failed. And we already talked about how much stronger he is than Ruby. Maka takes powers, because when she rose to the occasion, Ruby didn't stand a semblance of a chance and bit the dust.
The winners are Maka Albarn and Soul Evans.
Wait, his name is Soul Evans? Next time on Death Battle.
Oh, who's that? Wait, what's going on? Wait, what's who? Blade versus Buffy the Vamp. Oh, because Blade is half vampire. Man, Blade, you better win that shit. You better win that shit, bro. Come on, fam. But anyway, sweet victory. Yeah. Let me know how you feel about that. Dude, did you guess right that who was going to win? I forgot to like pause it right before the fight started and say, drop your guesses, drop your bets. But were you right? I was. Okay. So anyway, yeah, that was it. That was a great video in my opinion, because I loved it. You know what I'm saying? Maka for the win. But yeah, don't forget to check out Death Battle. Links to their channel will be in the description below. And once again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Appreciate the help. Peace.